As we've discussed earlier, small and medium enterprises play a crucial role in national development. They are engines of job creation, innovation, and economic diversification. However, despite their significant contribution to the economy, many SMEs encounter serious obstacles when they try to access credit from banks. One of the biggest challenges they face is the difficulty in meeting traditional bank lending requirements. Let's take a closer look at 3 key reasons why this happens. Strict lending criteria. Firstly, banks often have very strict and rigid lending criteria. To qualify for a loan, SMEs are usually expected to provide formal business plans, audited financial statements, tax records, and proof of steady cash flow. In addition, many banks ask for collateral, such as property or other valuable assets, to secure the loan. Unfortunately, many SMEs, especially newer businesses or those operating informally, may not have these documents readily available. They may lack formal accounting systems or may not yet have built up a record of consistent profitability. As a result, even if their business has potential, they can still be disqualified early in the application process. In short, strict lending criteria create a barrier that many small businesses simply cannot overcome: small loan size. The second reason, the relatively small size of the loans requested by SMEs, is also a factor. Many SMEs only need modest funding, often just enough to purchase raw materials, hire a few employees, or upgrade equipment. However, from the bank's perspective, these small loans are not always attractive. Processing and managing a loan, whether it's small or large, involves similar administrative work and overhead. But with small loans, the potential return for the bank is lower, while the cost of processing remains the same. This makes small loans less profitable for the bank, and often not worth the effort. As a result, many banks prefer to focus on large corporate clients who borrow in higher amounts, leaving small businesses underserved and overlooked. Low credit ratings. Finally, SMEs face difficulty is their low or non-existent credit ratings. Banks rely heavily on credit history to assess a borrower's trustworthiness and ability to repay. However, many SMEs have a very limited credit history, especially if they have never borrowed from a formal financial institution before. In some cases, SMEs may have faced financial instability due to external factors like market fluctuations or supply chain disruptions, which negatively affects their credit profile. As a result, banks often classify these businesses as high-risk borrowers. This perception of high risk means that banks either reject the loan application outright or offer financing at very high interest rates, which makes the loan unaffordable for the SME.
Good morning. Hi, good morning, my chicken. I have one nasi lemak, please.
Of course, dear. Just take it fresh. Business must go on.
See, I always see you here in the morning, working so hard. How do you manage everything alone?
It's not easy, honestly. I wanted to expand, maybe buy a new equipment. But when I applying for a loan, they rejected me. They said no collateral. It's so frustrating.
Makcik Timah story isn't unique. In fact, it represents thousands of entrepreneurs across Malaysia. These businesses are known as small and medium enterprises or SMEs. They are the kopitiam we love, the batik crafters, the delivery startups, and yet many of them still struggle silently.
SME are defined by the number of employees and annual revenue. Micro business has less than 5 workers and earn less than 300,000 a year. Small enterprise may have up to 75 employees, while medium enterprise may have up to 200 workers. Despite of their size, SME make up 97.4% of all registered business in Malaysia.
They contribute over 38% to Malaysia's GDP and employ more than 7 million people. SMEs are not just about profit. They reduce poverty, drive local innovation, and brings communities together. They are our heart of economy.
Assalamualaikum, Miss. Can you sit, Miss? Yes. Okay. Miss, what can I help you for today?
Okay, I would like to apply for a loan and I need a new fryer and better store setup.
Miss, do you have object for financial report? Any land or property that you offer as a collateral?
I just run my store and I keep my record on a notebook.
But I'm so sorry, Miss. We cannot to proceed your application.
This is the reality of many SME face.
They lack collateral, don't have formal records, and are often seen as high risk by banks. And when loans are denied, business growth stops.
I never realized how much a small business got to just to open. They deserve more support.
When we support SME, we're not just buying their product, but we are building their future.
With better access to financing, digital tools, and training, our local heroes can thrive. Every big businesses once started small.
We are Group 1 and this is our presentation for Mark 503. Let's support our SMEs because small business can make a big impact.